Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we have another community replay. This one's sent in by community contributor the Monk 52. As always, I will leave a link to his channel down in the description as well as a pinned comment for you guys to check out. Highly recommend you guys check him out. He's sent us an absolute doozy of a replay today in the Lightning. This is his commander setup. As you can see, he's got Eric Bay and he's got William Sims as inspirations, as well as pretty much your normal loadout here for Philip Vian for the Lightning. Now, with that being said, this one's going to get juicy, folks. So strap in, get ready, and enjoy the ride. Now we are going to be on Shards, B spawn, and we're in the Lightning, obviously, and we're bottom tier, and it's an aircraft carrier game, which means that this is like the worst case scenario for the Monk. How will he deal with adversity? Will he overcome it? Well, let's find out. So right off the bat, he's going to go forward, he's going to try to grab spawns. Spawn control, or not spawns, but cap control is huge in a domination. I've mentioned this over and over again. So, getting forward, now he's got to remember that this is a carrier game, so he's got to watch, he's got to put himself in a position where he's not going to get ruined, or at least focused by the carrier, because even if the carrier isn't able to do damage to you, he can keep you spotted, and that can make your day miserable as a destroyer player. I don't know about you guys, but every single time I'm in a carrier game, the carrier finds me, even with AA turned off. The carrier will find me and hover around me for the entirety of the match. Despite me doing a really good job avoiding damage, he's going to keep me spotted for the rest of his team. And, of course, anytime that I'm in a destroyer and the carrier's spotting me, the entire enemy team will shoot at me. But yet, if I have a carrier on my team who spots destroyers, nobody seems to want to shoot destroyers. It's funny how that works. But I digress. Monk is going to have and showcase one ridiculous match for you guys. Now, like I said, going straight into the Bravo cap immediately. Now, he's got a 5.3 kilometer detection, which is a little worse than I'm used to on my Lightning. I generally run a double concealment build with Eric Bay and Jersey Swirsky, which allows us to get our concealment down to 5 kilometers, which isn't a huge difference, but it generally does give you that nice little buffer that gives you the advantage over most destroyers in a, a knife fight. However, I do like the idea of having more hit points, because one of the downsides of the Lightning is its lack of hit points. One of the things that has caused this thing to be power crept as hard as it was, because this used to be one of the strongest, if not the strongest destroyer in the game. Now it's been power crept pretty freaking hard. However, one of the things that made it power crept is the fact that it is so squishy. It doesn't have that many hit points. In fact, like even it's on par with the Japanese torpedo boats in terms of overall hit points. However, it also doesn't have the most DPM in the world. It does have some really good guns, and I love the fact that the rear gun on this thing is a 360-degree turret, meaning you're almost always going to have guns firing where you need them, when you need them. And they do traverse relatively well, and it's got fantastic HE and AP. I really do love the Lightning, and those smoke screens that it can get, those quick-fire smoke screens that are just synonymous with the British, are fantastic get-out-of-jail-free cards. Now, you can see he is in a division, and the Siegfried on his team, who is in a division with him, has managed to get a kill already, which is huge. And right off the bat, Monk's team takes a 2-cap-to-1 advantage. Now, Monk is being pretty brave here. He's charging over towards the Charlie cap. He does have a little bit of help over here. He's got the carrier over here. He's got a battleship. He's got a cruiser. But there's also a Z over here that could be a problem. Now, the Z lost most of his hit points, so if he does challenge us, we should be able to take care of the Z, no problem. However, there's a Republique over here and a Balti. Now, what do we know about the Balti, guys? It's a radar cruiser, meaning if I'm the Balti, the moment I get spotted, knowing that this guy is in the cap, the moment I get spotted, I'm radaring. And fun fact, he actually uses his sonar, and Monk is within sonar range of this Balti, which is terrifying because the sonar lasts a lot longer than the radar. Now, the Balti, I'm not sure exactly what his thought process is here. Monk's doing a good job trying to use the island, but you can see Z comes around the corner, starts messing with us, but like we said, this was expected at this point. Z comes around the corner. He's shooting AP from the Z at Monk here, who is flat broadside, so he's going to be getting a lot of overpins. But first couple of shots, not particularly amazing. He does manage to land some good shots there on the Z. Z getting a lot more damage than I give him credit for with that AP. I'm not sure. I guess I'll just have to try it myself and see what the AP is like on German destroyers. I've heard other people using the same thing here and there. Now here you've got to think what your game plan's going to be. Now Balti's not going to have sonar forever, so you will eventually get to disappear. However, if you pull out in front of a Balti and a Republik at this range, you are dead. Even if he was full health at 18,000 hit points, the Balti's gonna absolutely smash him, probably hit for 5 to 7k damage with HE, and the Republik's gonna take everything that's left. Even with just front guns, the Republik AP should be able to overpin hard enough to remove a lightning. Now, at this point, our team has the entirety of all 3 caps, which is huge. Our Siegfried, on the other hand, is about to go down, if I had to guess. And sure enough, oh, wait, he's still alive. He's still got a chance. But it's rapidly deteriorating, and unfortunately, down he goes. Noriko goes down. Balti has decided that this is enough. At this point, he wants Monk gone. He pulls out, he takes a nasty hit, and honestly, if I was Monk here, I would have had AP loaded. You can absolutely Citadel a Balti at that angle. But Balti does overextend, he gets himself torpedoed, and Monk managed to save a set of torpedoes for the Amagi as well. And then he drops his get-out-of-jail-free card, and is able to disappear from the Amagi at 3 kilometers, and this is what makes the Lightning so incredibly dangerous. These situations where you can overextend, get yourself in a bad position, and then bail yourself out using those quick-fire smoke screens. It's absolutely disgusting, and you can see the Republik actually gets a nasty hit on Monk here. But we've got all 3 caps. Our team is actually losing this match in terms of hit points available and ships. We're losing ships. Sovietsky Soya is right on cue, finishes off a Republik, which is huge. That's going to allow us to continue our reign of terror here. Now, we are far enough away from Amagi, he is not going to see us. And as long as the carrier's not going to spot us, this is going to allow us to wreak havoc. Because there is nothing more dangerous in this game than an unspotted destroyer. Literally nothing more dangerous than an unspotted destroyer. And so Monk is going to be able to effectively keep this guy lit up in the Amagi. He's got a cruiser sitting in a smoke screen who's able to take advantage of this. Unfortunately for the Belfast, Amagi says hello. And down goes Belfast. It's one of those situations that you just hate to see. But Monk manages to get the kill here, sniping a little bit of a fire right at the end. I mean, to be fair, Monk did most of the damage to that Amagi, but it is kind of funny that he gets a fire at the last possible second, and that fire ends up stealing the kill from the Belfast fire, which is hilarious. Now he goes to work for the Republik. Republik, realizing that he needs to start moving up and getting into the cap here, he knows that he's got to do something, otherwise his team's going to lose. So Republik, rightfully so, starts moving forward. Monk does have a smokescreen here, but he fires his guns right as the smokescreen dissipates, which is going to get him spotted, and this could have been devastating. Fortunately, RNG smiles upon Monk here, and that is one of the... see? Had he stayed broadside, that shot would have probably killed him. That was 3 shells that were basically touching each other as they were headed with bad intentions towards Monk. That first shot was beautiful. You love to see it as a destroyer player, having those shells go everywhere. Now, he does get 1 torpedo tracking here, potentially, for a torpid. Nope, never mind. Republik has managed to dodge every last one of them, which is unfortunate. But Monk's got to do he's got a decision here. He's got enemies capturing 2 of the caps. He's got the Republik here, as well as somebody capturing the Bravo cap. So he fires his guns to reset the Republique, and then he drops his get out of jail free card. This is, like I said, this is what the lightning is all about. This is why the lightning is so strong. It's got these quick fire smokes that just always seem to be available. Now, the Republique starts taking shots, which is not the worst thing if you know the distance. If he had known the distance of Monk and paid attention and got those shots on target, he could absolutely kill Monk here. But because he starts firing his guns, that's going to allow him to stay spotted in the smoke, and Monk ends up getting fires on the Republique. However, Monk is about to get caught. Oh my god, he got so lucky right there. He got so lucky right there. The carrier is keeping him spotted right now because he fired his guns. And so that allowed the Republique to get some fires, or to get a shot off on him. And he's going to stagger his torpedoes here. And he is using the tube-by-tube function as well to try and spread out his torpedoes as best he can to just hope for that flooding hit. We know we've got a perma-fire set. So if we can potentially get a flood here, that would also be huge. Not to mention the damage of these things isn't exactly bad either. And you can see Republique doing a pretty good job, but that 1 or 2 torpedoes that he sent off to the left side may be perfectly aimed right down the center of that guy. And unfortunately for Republique, or fortunately for Monk, he lands those 2 outlier torpedoes. And that is, again, the danger that you have with this lightning. Now, our Iowa here is AFK. I don't know why, but he is. He hasn't played the entire game, I don't think, and this lightning is going to take full advantage of that. Now, fortunately for Monk, Monk is going to take full advantage of the fact that he's got a carrier that's spotting the lightning, as well as the fact that the lightning is firing his guns at the, or had fired his guns at the Iowa. So, Monk sets a smoke screen and starts absolutely wrecking this lightning. And like we've already mentioned, lightning doesn't have a lot of hit points, so it doesn't take long before this lightning has as few hit points as Monk, or at least close to it. Remember, each line on that ship, each line in the health bar is 5,000 hit points. So at most, this lightning had 15,000 hit points, and he's coming very close to having only 5,000 left. Meaning we've removed 2/3 of his health, and right there you go. He's right at just above 5,000 hit points, and now he's below 5,000 hit points, and he's on fire. He's reversing into his smoke to try to get away from the carrier spotting. The carrier doing a fantastic job, and then Monk gets a second fire on this destroyer as he goes dark, but unfortunately he loses he kind of loses eyes on the destroyer. Again, carrier doing a fantastic job staying right there. He did hit the destroyer with that last shot. Destroyer rolls out of the smoke, but immediately goes back into the smoke. This is one of those things that British ships do pretty well, is once their smokes dissipate, they already have other smokes ready to go. And it does actually bail this lightning out for the moment. Now, with the carrier here, that lightning is pretty much screwed. He can't get away. He's going to be spotted. And then, of course, Massachusetts is coming in, and this is the last thing you want to see. A very healthy Massachusetts coming in at the end of the match here. But the game is very close to being over. We have a 500-point advantage, 1 or 2 more kills, and this game's over. And depending on how quickly it happens, we have 2 caps to their 1, so we're gaining points on them. And then the Lightning shows himself once again and immediately tries to go back in. Monk also landing torpedoes on the Massachusetts over there, and as he's trying to finish off this destroyer, you can see that we are down to 950 points, and only 50 more needed to win this battle. He immediately goes over to shooting at the Massachusetts, and that's when the wall of skill comes. Now, the other good thing about the Lightning is that it has a extended duration on its sonar, or hydroacoustic search. And what does this mean? Well, this means that he's going to be able to have it for like 2.5 minutes or something like that. Lightning comes out of his smoke thinking he's got the drop on Monk. Monk immediately fires back, and with that many hit points, it's a no-brainer. And that's going to give us the points that we needed to end this match. This was a fantastic showing of the Lightning, a fantastic showing of Monk, and Monk ends up getting a Kraken with 3,800 base XP. You'll love to see it. So again, If you guys haven't checked out Monk, I highly recommend his channel. I'll leave a link down in the description and down in the comments down below so that you guys can check him out. Leave a little comment on his video saying, you know, representing the Spartan Army, just so he knows that you guys came from this video. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.